Ba, 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 ba. Right, hello ladies and gents, it is James here once again from the garage. I haven't set anything up yet. I'm so far behind. I've been here, there and everywhere. So for those who've never been here, my name is James. This is Lockdown Number, and I do hope you can hear me, hence why I'm clapping and stuff. So yeah, hope you can hear me. Now what I'm going to do is just very quickly. Let me just... Oh, we are now live. Yes! Fantastic. I'm just going to set a few bits and bobs up, and I shall be back with you momentarily. Just bear with me one sec, and then I shall explain the tasks that we have at hand today. So just to quickly explain as to what's going to happen today is we are continuing with our pallet wood coffee table building extra projects. So what we are going to be doing today is, for those who were here last week, we glued up a wood panel, i.e. this one. So the plan today is, now I'm thinking if I cut that off just down that seam there, or somewhere around there, then what I can do is create one smaller tray, or two smaller trays, rather than one big one. So my objective was, initially, when we built the coffee table, was to make a tray that would be 25 centimeters rather than the full gamut. So my thinking is possibly today, we'll see how big it is. So it's just over 35 centimeters wide. Well, the table itself is 35, so I don't need all that gap. So what I'm thinking of is, if it's 35 that way, yeah, if we get rid of... Thank you very much, welcome all in. But what I'm thinking of is, if we get rid of, let's say, that section there, cut that off, and then we can have one large tray, and then one slightly smaller tray. That's the objective. So then it goes nicely along with the coffee table. Now, what I'm thinking of for once I've finished that off is the frame around the edge. Now, I've been toying with a few different ideas as to what to do. But I think what I would like is to use these to go around the edge. So what we'll do is remove the nails out, make it as flat as we can, take all the nails out, and then what I'll do is I will rip a groove down the middle, like so. Get rid of that in the middle. So then the tray itself is slightly elevated, but also slightly dipped down as well. And then what we'll do is we'll cut a couple of grooves into there as well to create some sort of handle or something. But we'll figure that out when we get to that point. First things first is, what I need to do is remove all the glue and get sanding on this. So come along with me. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you do not miss when we go live again, because there's plenty going to be coming up. And also give us a thumbs up, pop down in the comments, say hello, let us know who you are, where you're from. Also, my favourite thing, grab yourself a coffee or a tea, because this could be a long one. And I'm gasping. Oh yes, please do not hesitate to drop down into the comments, say hello. I'm just going to set the sander up. at this point as well. There will be a loud noise warning. I will pre-warn you. Obviously, a belt sander does like to make noise, so obviously that is going to happen. I will try my best to minimise said noise, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Right. Actually, I do need, whilst I'm here, whilst I think on, I need to replace the sanding sheet. So to begin with, as we are going to be taking quite a lot of material off, we're going to go for a nice high grit. So let's begin with this is where I find that I bought the wrong size. Draws front to back, so go that way. You will also probably see another phone floating around as well, because obviously, as much as I want to film for you guys, I've also got to film for other content as well. So you probably will see a couple of other devices floating about as I film for that as well. So we'll put these away for now. Just casually say hello to me. Yes, I am my biggest cheerleader. I think everybody should be. Where are my eyes? I'll tell you what I also do need. I will also grab, don't worry, things will happen eventually. Once I've finally got myself organised, I need to grab this and this. Oh, I really should have moved the car. I just washed it, and now it's going to get covered in dust. Right, we'll get it flattened, and then we'll make a judgment call on just how big or small we want to make the item. So let me bring you guys in so you can see what's going on. There's no point having you all the way over there. Please don't hesitate to drop it in the comments, say hi. Let me get my other phone as well set up. But why does it take you so long to make things? Well, now you know why. Right, let's get all PPE'd up. This is just what I want to be wearing on the hottest days of this month. Right. Right. Wow. Holy Moses. That's hot under that. So, just to show you what we've done so far. Oh yeah, that's not the side you've been watching. So that's what it did look like originally. And that there is what it looks like now. I think the down side better than that side. You have to let me know in the comments. So yeah, now we get it all nice and smooth. And what we'll do is we'll then, once we've done the other side, we'll then double check, make sure they're all flat. And then we shall come in with orbital sander, slow this down nice and slow, and then so yeah, we'll then come in with the orbital sander. But yeah, that to match up with the look of the top of the coffee table, which I think isn't far off, if I'm honest. But yes, if you have scrolled this far through the internet, thank you very much for joining me. My name is James. This is a Lockdown Lumber. We make things out of pallet wood and all sorts of other scrap wooden materials into nice things. If you'd like to see any of the other stuff that we have made previous, pop them down in the comments below. I realised I just pointed at my crotch. Didn't mean to do that. It's just the comments down there in it. So yeah, if you want to see anything else that we have made, please let me know. Also, drop it in the comments. Let me know how long you have been scrolling through the internet to stumble across here. Because if you don't say hello, I don't know you're here. And if you like this sort of stuff, please do make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss when we go live again. We tend to go live every Wednesday. I think next Wednesday will be a little bit different, but yeah, most Wednesdays we tend to go live. So, for those who don't know, what we are making at the moment is we are making a tray to accompany the coffee table that we've made in previous lives. If you'd like to see that coffee table, please do let me know. And make sure you're stay tuned because there will be some updates with regard to the coffee table coming very, very soon. I know I've been saying this for weeks, but now that we're making other stuff for the table, to take a little bit longer. But yes, drop down in the comments, let me know who you are, where you come from, just anything. Anything that you'd like to know, obviously within reason, theory of relativity and the meaning of life and stuff like that, and the key constituent ingredients for a Cornish pasty, I'm not particularly sure on. However, this sort of stuff, feel free. Also, if you've got any dad jokes as well, I love a dad joke, pop them down in the comments. But yeah, what we're working on today is this piece. This is going to hopefully turn into one, maybe two small trays that will accompany the coffee table. What I'm thinking of is seeing if I can make a tray and then two small like key holders that will go along with it as well. I think that might be the play that we're going to go with. But first things that we need to do is make sure that it's all completely flat because nobody wants to put the cup of tea and stuff on it. Actually, that's a good point. So look. A little bit of wobble there. Just because of that little ridge there. A couple of little bits, but nothing that's really going to rock the world, is it? So now we've done one side, we inevitably do need to do the other. So I'm just going to take a couple glamour shots for the old socials. Right, so what we're going to do next is I'm going to take it and flip it over, because we're now going to do this side. Actually, no, don't start filming just yet. Right. So let's get all PP'd back up. Thank you very much for the thumbs up, whoever that was. Sorry I missed you. I noticed there is another thumbs up in the comments or up in the top. So thank you very much for that. It is now time to get PP'd back up. Oh, quick question. Do you want mic left on or off for us to make a lot of noise? Tell you what, I'm going to leave the noise on. For you, what? Alright, cheers, boss. Wow. Holy moly. It's hot in that. Thank you very much to all those who give us a cheeky thumbs up throughout that. So yeah, now we have got it more or less. Oh, I should not have done that. More or less, pretty much on its way to being flat. Now there are the edges and stuff. We do need to round them over. But what we'll do is we're now going to come back in with the orbital sander now. Just we'll draw a line over the whole piece. Which we shall film at this point. So the idea of doing this is so that once you've got rid of the pencil marks, you move on to the next bit. Don't keep going over the bits that you've already taken the marks off. Simple as. So let me grab, we need the orbital sander. We also need quite a heavy grit. So we shall stick to, have we got any heavy gritted paper in this one? There is a heavy gritted compartment somewhere. I know there is. Ah, there we are. Okay, we'll do 60. That'll be fine. But before I do any of that, I'm just going to get rid of all the sawdust that's already on the table. But thank you very much for all those that have joined in. So far, that wasn't meant to happen. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen at that point. I'm just gonna leave my phone out from that way. I don't want to tip it onto the other way because that's where all the plugs and stuff are. I don't want to catch fire. That went as well as it can be expected. Let's retry that. Right, is that well, I've got rid of most of it. Probably just go Air Defenders this time with the dust already, with the dust bag. Should be right. Right, here we are. So this is the board that eventually will become the base of the tray that we're thinking of making. So that's that done. We are an hour in. It's taken me an hour to take that from its scrap wood into this now. We are getting there. It's taking its time. Now I'm thinking that looks the most fun for the top side. Let me know what you think. So what we need to do next is I just want to see if we can just straighten up the edges, make it nice and straight. And then what I'm thinking of is, because I want this to be the main part of the tray, so I'm thinking I want to know your opinions, so please do drop down in the comments. I need your advice. What I'm thinking of is making if we go cut that off there. Now, here's me thinking. So, here's my thinking, and I need your advice. So, I can either make this one big tray, which will fit the entirety of the table, or, thank you very much for the thumbs up, whoever that was, or I cut it at the darkened line here, cut it along that line, and then cut these two out, and then turn those two into two sort of like small key tray sort of things, and then one big tray for the centre of the table. I think that's what I want to do. So you can either use these as little handy storage things for the tray itself, or use them separately around the house. That's my plan. Come on, team. I'm glad you're here. Not that anyone's answering, but I'm glad you're here. But I think, yeah, if I slice it down there, take that off, split those into two small little trays, and then have that as the main body of the tray. Lovely. So what's up next is we now need to cut down this line, and then this, and then once I've done that, we'll then come back in, we'll trim up all the edges on all of them, and then we can start looking at these. Let's make sure I've got enough of them. I'm pretty sure I should. That will then create the frame to go around all of them. Okay, so first things first is we now need to get set up ready to cut rather than sand. So that's next. I'll tell you what, just whilst I'm here, I'm very quickly just going to go and tell the camera over this side the plan. Oh, it's the wrong adapter. I can't do it. Doesn't matter. So here's the thought. What I'm going to think of doing, instead of doing one larger tray, because this tray would fill the entirety of the table, what I'm thinking of doing is cutting this into a tray, and then these two turn into two little side pots that can either be used as part of the tray, or can be just used anywhere around the house. This is what I'm thinking, and it makes more things. Lovely. Let's go. Right, so now we need to get set up for cutting. Wonderful. Just going to move you back a little bit. Because I don't want you getting hit by the item that's going to be coming your way. So let's get set up. Spare me 1 second. Just a little bit of gentle persuasion for the table saw. Once I do this, there's no going back. That'll be fine. Let's go. Let's plug it in. I believe I have a question. Hi up, pal. How are you? Yes. Oh, not lovely to see you. Yeah, oh, it's going great, mate. Did you? I don't know whether were you here for the coffee table build? Did you see us do the coffee table? I'm trying to remember the last time you came in. Did you see us finish the coffee table? Let me grab a drink at this point. Oh, that's hot. Yes, I can't remember whether you were here for the coffee table build. If so, I saw a table you made a month ago. Yes, so table is done. It is finished. So, yeah, table done, all finished. So at some point what I'm going to be doing is doing some sort of creative way to sell said item. But I thought, instead of just selling it, thanks pal, considering it's all from pallet wood, I don't think it turned out too badly. So the plan is, what I'm thinking of doing is using some of the offcuts and scraps that came with the table. I'm going to make a tray, and so this will become the big piece underneath will become the tray, and then these two will become some little like side little like key holder thingy majiggies, or they can be used as part of the tray, or they can be used separately. So what I'm thinking of doing is I need to cut these edges down, make it all nice and straight, and then the plan is to use some of these, the stringers from the pallets, all nicely sanded down, cut, and then I'll make a recess, not all the way through, but kind of, I did actually do an example earlier on. Yeah, so I'll do a recess that then goes all the way like into it, so then it becomes the legs and the top lip of the tray as well. But that's the goal. That's what we're trying to achieve. So I've got the big tray that we want to do. It's not going to be recessed in too much. It's going to be recessed in just enough so that it can grip on and then add a sturdy base. To be like, my favourite bit now, I'm aiming this to be the top. My favourite bit of this is you've got a little bit, when that's all polished up, that's going to be my favourite bit. Not that you should have favourites, but that is probably going to be my favourite bit. And there are a couple of nice little bits in the side trays as well. Ooh, good hands. In the side trays as well that will scrub up quite nicely. So yeah, that's the goal. Never done anything like this before, so I'm winging it completely. But I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for coming back in. What have you been working on recently? Anything particular? Anything exciting? Very nice. Is that over on your profile? Did you film it? Because I want to see it. Yeah, fuck off. I hate wasps. Can't stand them. Oh, and it was just crawling up my leg. It was on my leg. As I was just as I was finishing on the saw, I could feel something crawling up my leg. Really don't like that. Thank you very much for the other thumbs up. That was much appreciated. So now that we have one flat reference, how big do I want to make these? Very swanky. Oh, for fuck. Oh, I just realised I've been filming on the other camera this entire time, so the wasp attack is going to be on the camera. Oh no! Right, so what I'll do now is I'm very quickly just gonna. How did you make carved signs for different businesses, but my carving was limited? I ran a furniture refurnishing shop for a short time as a young man. I fixed old stuff and prepared blanks for wood carvers. Oh, mate. Lovely bit of stuff, that, isn't it? Please tell me you've got some stuff hidden on your YouTube channel with regards to this sort of stuff, because if you do, I want to come see it. And not just me, I mean me and my personal profile want to both come and see it. So if you do, you'll have definitely 2 subscribers by the end of the day if you've still got it. What was I doing? Oh, sanding. Again. Now the reason I'm doing so much sanding now is because once I put the edge that goes all the way around on it, getting the sander in is going to be quite difficult. So that's why I'm going to sand as much as I can now. So I'm going to go for, well actually I'll tell you what I can do. I just bought some, yes, we'll try these out. Bought some 120 grit sanding sheets for the belt sander. So we'll use these next. Let me just replace the sheet. Lovely. Oh, you trump on my chips. Dominic. We'll knock the sides off as well. Nice, guys. See, I love this little community. It's nice, isn't it? Nice. It's possibly the most English translation conversation I've ever had. What does the word bodging mean? I love that. Right, one more water pop, then I'm going to leave it to dry. I made it! Yes! Hi, Mike. Welcome back. Oh, you've joined in a nice point. You get to watch a water pop. How are you, Mike? Insane in the grain. What, insane in the grain? Someone trying to say insane in the grain is in the chat. Because if insane in the grain's in the chat, I've seen your stuff all over Exeter. Well, not all over Exeter, in a couple of places around Devon. Look at this little cat jump. All right, final sand. $240. Right, we'll just do $240 again then. And then we can leave it. Right, so as we inevitably come to the close, not because I finish at 2 o'clock and we have just passed it, because I've got lunch to have and other things that I need to do, and then I may be coming back in a little bit later. So I can only apologise, but yes, we are almost done for this segment. As I say, I may be back later, I don't know yet. But please do make sure you consider subscribing if you aren't already. Hit the ding dong bell so that you do not miss the notifications if we go live again, which tends to happen every workshop Wednesday. Next week might be a little bit different. It might be a little bit later or a little bit earlier. I can't decide yet, as I have an appointment slap bang in the middle of the day. Or I may not be here at all. I hope I am, because I enjoy it. So what you've seen us do today is... So what we've managed to do today is create 2 little blanks and 1 larger blank. Now the larger blank will become a tray, and these two little ones will become little side sort of holders that can either be used as part of the tray or will be used as little individual like key holder sort of things as well. So that's the aim for these. That's what I intend to use them for. But yes, everything is going rather swimmingly. So what I've managed to do is get them all sanded down, nice and smooth as baby's arse. Get them all sanded down, because once I put the frame on them, it's going to be rather difficult to get my orbital sander into the space that will then be consumed by the frame that will go around the edge. So we've got the 2 holders, we have the tray base. So the next step that you will see, hopefully, is these getting ripped with a line going straight down. I'll probably do at least 2, maybe 3 of them, just to make sure that I've definitely got enough of them, because this wood looks incredible sanded down with all the metal that's gone through them in the past, all the different colours and stuff that will come out. So yeah, that is the plan. We're going to rip these down and put like a recess in it, so the tray will then sit inside of that recess. That's the aim of that one. So that's the plan. That's what's to come. But as for now, I've managed to get everything nice and sanded and done, all divided up into its individual pieces. So please make sure you are subscribed. You also follow us on other socials. I do love a little bit of time on Instagram. So if you do follow us over there as well, that'd be greatly appreciated if you don't already. But for those who have been here for the majority of the day, it's been lovely having you, Mike. Fabulous, Lion as always. And also, Earl, right, I've got to come and check you out as well, because some of the stuff that you seem to be pumping out from what you said in the description sounds ace. So I'm going to have to come and check over on all of your different pages. But thank you very much. It's been a laugh. It's been great. I've had far too much tea, so far too much coffee, should I say. So I'm busting for the low. But as always, please do make sure you check us out next time. It's been lovely. And to you all, thank you very much. And I will see you very, very soon. See you soon. Bye.